The Lincoln County Board of Education meeting in regular session on Tuesday, July 16th, 2024 at 7 p.m. and we're at the county office. At this time, I will ask all of you to join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, everyone. Cody, I didn't check to see if you were ready, but I knew you would be. All right, we have no public comment for tonight. First thing on the agenda is approving minutes, and I don't have those minutes in front of me. Approving the minutes of the June 28th, July 1st meeting, actually two meetings on July 1st. Two.
I'll make that motion.
Burns makes the motion. Do I have a second?
Cartwright.
Cartwright makes the second. All in favor of approving the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. And I should say it's a 4-0 vote. Mr. Jeremy Wilson is not with us tonight. Administrative items, discussion of administrative items A through H.
Now I don't know, Brianna, is she one of their teachers already, or is just going to be a teacher?
She's working on, she's long-term sub last year. She was at Guyan Valley all year long, taught language arts.
To get her
Did a
certification.
good job. And she's doing, she has to have more field experience, so she's gonna do some of that at West Ham.
Okay. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Now, when we transfer our Ranger Elementary property to the Lincoln County Opportunity Company, we're ended with that property in that building.
There's a 5-year period there.
That we stay the same, we still
We're
own
not
it,
responsible for it.
but we still own it.
If they default on it,
It
it comes back to
us.
us within
Okay.
5 years.
Right.
After that, it's theirs permanently.
Okay, thank you.
And just talking about that Ranger property for a moment, for somebody maybe looking in, I know you had a meeting scheduled with Mr. Carpenter to go up Ranger and take a look at that. Can give us some insight on that.
They were very excited about it once they went in. Mr. Davis was with me. They looked at it and he immediately started throwing out some ideas. He said, there's so many things we could do, especially on this end. We could have senior citizen apartments down here if we needed to or wanted to. So there's endless possibilities. So then we took him out back and we showed him, Jerry Cremines was with us. We showed him an area where he would want to do a French drain back there because the water does come in there off that hill. So he was very pleased with it and they're chomping at the bit to get started.
So the takeover date is,
The hard date's August 1, but he can start now. We've got it worked out to where we don't want it sitting empty.
Because they'll get in there and vandalize it.
yeah. Okay, so we can safely say that transfer has happened to LCOC and they're going great guns.
Yes.
Okay,
That's so
correct.
good.
okay. Any other discussion? We have some policies on review. I just asked Mr. Barnett, most of them had to do with the hiring procedures. And it's changed, and this is because of state policies have changed. Seniority is no longer the guiding factor on all of that.
Did they do that last legislative session?
No, it's been that way for how many years, Don? But the policy just hadn't been updated.
The policy hadn't been
Hadn't
changed.
No, it still is, it still holds true in service personnel,
But not, not
but not in
professional.
professional.
Yeah.
So you can make a choice there.
Yeah,
Professional personnel, yes, there's 11 criteria and
Certification being one,
one of them.
master's degree level being another.
They have, yeah, there's those, and then they, like, each one of them can get, they can weight them however many points they want to, but they have to discuss it prior to. And then, faculty senate gets 2 points, and the principal gets 2 points. And those are pretty much the guiding factors there, through the interview process, if everything else being equal.
Uh-huh.
But there, there are other indicators, that can be considered. National board certification. Great point. If a person has a specific training in that area, more so than the other candidate, that can be looked at. So it kind of gives a wide berth there.
okay. The other policy that you might have worked up on is 2266. This is basically federal and state policy. Nothing in it from our point of view.
What happened with this one is, this is, you're required to have this policy. And, I went to a Title IX training, so I came back and I looked in our policy manual to see when the last time it was updated. And we've never had it in.
We
the
didn't
policy
have
manual.
any.
So, once, after 30-day review,
Well, Title IX requires it.
it
doesn't it?
requires it.
It does.
Okay,
Is 2266, was that on the agenda at last meeting, with the same policy?
we had a similar policy. I don't think it was the same, because this is going on public review, right? That's what we did to the one last time.
Okay.
So you've actually got
Right.
two addressed.
We actually have to have a link from our county webpage to this policy or under our Title IX tab. So as soon as it comes off 30-day review, we'll have Cody,
Put it on,
put the link. So when people go on there,
it'll
just
show
click on
them.
that and, go straight to the policy.
Okay. All right. Any other discussion on administrative items? I'll ask for a motion and a second to approve the administrative items.
Make a motion.
I'll second.
Mosteller makes the motion. Burns seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And 4-0. Brings us to the finance section.
These are just general monthly bills that we, our power bills and, insurance bills. Staff development, where we've, done some reimbursements. Basically, it's our P card statement.
Okay. All right, any discussion? I have a motion and a second to approve finance items.
Make a motion.
Cartwright makes the motion.
Second.
Mosteller seconds. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? And under personnel schedule, that's the blue sheet. Any discussion?
The grant that funds the communities in school site facilitators, is that a federal or a state?
State.
Okay. How much are we getting for that?
It does, it's not a blanket amount.
Okay,
It's based on need.
Of how many?
Right.
okay.
Any other discussion? Not, I ask for a motion and a second.
Motion.
Cartwright makes the motion.
Second.
Burns seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? 4-0. Comments and concerns. I'm gonna ask Mr. Barnett Superintendent Barnett to address the Duval thing just for a second.
Okay. They started back to work yesterday. Mr. Davis and I went up there. They're full tilt in it, getting that, doing, they call it pinning. And it'll be pinning and then a layer of, not agricultural, structural mesh. On the lion's share of the field there on what would be the, athletic facility side of the mountain. And then they're right now cutting benches down behind the construction trailer. I was mistaken. I thought that they said last week that they couldn't do anything behind that trailer until they move it. But we talked to the clerk of the works Monday and he said, no, that they're starting on that now. So they've got one crew working on the pinning on one end, another crew working on moving that earth behind that construction trailer on the other end. And yes, Monday they were up there, they were taking the remnants of what brush they had and burning that. And then they were going up on the hill, they're taking the dirt off site up on the back of the hill and they were doing some more work up there. So that's where we are at this case. It's an expensive repair, but it was built in a contingency, so we're okay. And
Do we have a timeline on that?
Yeah.
they said it should be, that they're projecting, if weather cooperates with them, it might add 130, up to 139 days to the project.
November 20th of
26.
Just to pin that?
As of now.
How many pins roughly do they know?
Oh, gosh, they had, I want to say it's going to be, it's over 100, because they were showing the pattern over there. I can get that answer for you exactly.
If there's any way in the world to expedite that problem,
And those pins may be as long as 44.
You know, they're deep, yeah.
that's, that delay just breaks the heart of everybody. So we need to keep on them and expedite this thing and get it done. You know, they need to be working every
Every
day.
day.
And they're not just waiting till the pinning's done, are they?
No, they're working on one end. They've got one crew down there on the trailer side of the property, while the other crew is working on the pinning.
Okay. We need to get that thing going. I'm sure Mr. Mosteller, who lives in that area, certainly will hear a lot about it as well.
Is the expectation that the people working behind the trailer finish before the pinning gets done and then it kind of stalls?
No, it should work out about
About
the same,
even?
About even, yeah. They're going back from where the trailer's sitting. If you look at that construction trailer right now, what we've been told is the front of that trailer will actually be the front corner of the building. So they're going back in that mountain another 170 feet. Is that what they said?
Yes.
Another 170 feet back into the mountain. So
Are they gonna lift it up a little bit so we won't have to worry about?
it already
flooding?
is.
Have you been up there?
Yeah, I've driven by it.
They've
It's, uh,
lifted it up pretty high.
They have, but buddy, I've seen the floods over
It's,
there.
Not that high.
Pictures. Well, but I'm gonna tell you, our weather anymore is not like it used to be.
yeah.
It is. Yeah, they've got that thing raised probably 12 or 14 feet from
Every
where
bit
it
of
used to be.
Yeah.
And,
We walk, and then on top of that, what you can't see is there's a lip up there. And we walked up there the other, Monday morning. And once you get up to the top of that, then you go back down and it's up like a bowl. And, for catching sediment,
Mhm.
you go in there now. And so it's kind of, the grade will be, the grade will be gradual. It has to be gradual enough for the buses to get up in there and around to get that taken care of. But the school building authority is with me on every meeting we have from here on out to the end of the project. I want them with us.
Good.
So they're with us. So that's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
So did they have adjusted their schedules and their plans in order to accommodate the change in scope? I mean, I
Yes.
guess what I'm saying, so.
Yes,
Okay.
Yep.
So we've really, other than working more time, they've really done all they can do to expedite
yes.
more manpower, more time.
We've had engineers in from Terradon and from American Geotech.
Mhm.
And at the last meeting, from all the core samples they've dug now, they can't foresee any more, any more issues. They're hitting where, what they got into was sandstone. And now they're in the solid bedrock on the other end.
It's good.
when they core drilled that, did they core drill that area? They should have found that, should they not?
They did, but when they didn't, my understanding, and again, I'm speaking Egyptian to you here. I've not done that scope of work. The core drill that they didn't reflect sandstone until they got 2/3 of it excavated.
And found out
And
that's
then
what
they
it
got
was.
into it.
Okay.
So, on another note, switch gears to academics here for a minute. Our test scores are still, they're still under wraps right now, but I can tell you that we've seen some growth. We're nowhere near where I want to be, but we've seen some growth. We've seen some pretty substantial growth in the area of special education. I'm cautiously optimistic with that. And we have gotten it into the schedule this year. We've been working with our folks from Ashlock that we will have an intervention class period. Similar to what I said with when I did drop everything and remediate. And that showed a lot of gains, but we're doing that every single day. Next year, we have a class period built in just for that. And those students will be grouped by deficiency.
Would that be in elementary and
That'll be
secondary?
elementary and secondary.
Okay,
And they'll be grouped by deficiency and they'll have the opportunity to move. Let's say, for example, once they're not gonna be stuck in there all
All
year.
year
If
long.
they hit mastery, then they'll move on to the
the
next
next
level.
level. And they'll test them and that will be part of their
That'll be part of it,
record that
yep.
could be seen by
In
anybody.
addition to their core classes that they would normally have, they have that intervention
Uh-huh.
period.
And all students will have
All
that.
students will have it.
Okay.
Okay. On the July 28th meeting, the board should be prepared. We will go into executive session at the end of that meeting. Meet with the superintendent. We will start working on his evaluation. We are required to have his evaluation done by September 15th, I believe it is. But I'd like to start on that next meeting in July. And we'll start ironing out things that we would like to see the superintendent do for the coming year, items that we would like to see stressed. We'll discuss that back and forth with him. And then have the final, the following week, we'll finalize that meeting, the evaluation. And that'd be the first week in August, so we'll be ahead of the game on that. But be prepared the next meeting to stay a little longer in executive session. And typically, I'll ask Mr. Barnett to give us some things that he would like to be evaluated on, that his goals. And we would have things and we just negotiate back and forth and agree on what we think should be. So that begins that process next time.
The next meeting. Our
Next meeting, yes. And I have asked Mr. Barnett to explore the possibilities of a school levy. We had the intention probably of trying to get it on the ballot for fall, but we're not going to make that. The timeline's just not there. So he's got some time to put that together. And we will be discussing with him
What
about possibilities of what we would like to see, the future of the county, things in that regard. And that would be on the ballot 2 years from this past May.
Okay.
So we have to stick to the primary or general election ballots and can't run them special like we used to do.
Yeah.
So that'll give us some opportunity and hopefully things straighten out on that finance situation. I don't think I've got anything different than what I told you the last time. I think the money's going to be there. Mr. Barnett, if when you talk to Austin, the treasurer, ask him if he can get from the state tax commissioner, from our local assessor, somebody, an amended budget projection for the money that we can expect. We know where the problem came in, part of the problem came in. We know we're going to get revenue, but I'd like somebody to be able to give us a
A ballpark
projection saying
figure.
this is what you can expect to
Yeah.
get. I have asked the county commissioner to meet, president of the county commission to meet with me, and he said he'd call me. But that's been 2 weeks and I haven't heard anything. So would imagine that next time there's a county commission meeting, he's probably gonna give me a call. We'll be able to talk about it, but, that's all I know at this point. So, anybody got anything else? If not, we will adjourn until Tuesday, July 30th at 7 PM at the county office.
David, could I ask Mr.
Yeah.
Gray, have we lost many teachers this summer to other counties?
Not at this point.
Okay,
Not at
that's a
this
good thing so far, I
Yeah.
guess. We just have to pray that we don't lose some, but a lot.
We don't have to let them out of their contract now.
No,
It's up to the superintendent.
yeah, but that's a tough thing to do sometimes, but if we haven't had any yet, maybe we won't have very many. Cause we're moving along.
Anything else? If not, I'll entertain a motion in a second. Adjourn.
I'll second.
Who motioned?
Cartwright.
Cartwright made the motion. Burns seconds. The time is 7:21. All in favor to adjourn, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And we are adjourned.